Alright, welcome back everyone. And we're on to the next boss fight in the Intergrade DLC, which is against Scarlet. I know a lot of people are like frothing in the mouth now. Oh, Scarlet. And yeah, when you actually think about it, there's not too many boss fights in this DLC. I mean, it's not a very long DLC anyways. It's only two chapters. And if you pretty much don't do like the side quests in the opening chapter, you can get through this DLC rather quickly. I did all this in like a day, like a full day, I guess. So yeah, it's not too hard. I shouldn't say too hard. It's not too long, but that's not a problem for me. Like I think it's short and sweet. You know, doesn't drag on. It introduces Yuffie's character in a new way. You know, it kind of sets her up for rebirth. It's really nice. I actually like it. The DLC is actually really good, and it sets up deep ground stuff too as well, which is actually done pretty well, considering that Dirge of Cerberus is an awful game. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here is kind of speccing Yuffie to be strictly like a magic user. Because what she's going to be doing is she's going to imbue herself with fire and then try to target Scarlet so I can throw at her and then just use fire to like knock her out. Doesn't kill her, just knocks her out, but it's enough to put the actual boss into pressure mode so you can do yeah, pressure damage to get a stagger on it and everything. I forget what this machine's called. I'll remember it once I see it. But anyways, oh lord, here she comes.
Performed admirably. Quit acting all superior. We both know you're.
But yeah, like strictly making Yuffie a magic user is Jesus Christ.
Maybe I am.
Don't mind. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I'm over here trying to talk about things and Scarlet's distracting me. But like, yeah, she making Yuffie like just straight magic user is gonna be like the best thing for this fight, cause you kind of want to keep your distance from the boss. I don't know. That's something I tended to do a lot. And good lord, they really are not trying to be subtle with like her sex appeal, aren't they? She's rubbing balls and stuff, you know, she's literally like an inch away from her titties popping out, you know, like, geez Louise. I know, I don't normally focus on stuff like this when I'm playing these games, but it's like stuff when you're sitting back there like watching, when you're like rewatching your recordings and stuff, you just tend to notice these things. Because normally, like, when I'm in the moment, like, I'm not paying attention to it. I'm listening to what they're saying and stuff, you know? And, like, getting the story bits and stuff, and then just kind of looking around at other things, you know? Like, I don't ever pay attention to, like, those subtle, off-color, like, sex appeal things. Anyways, as I was saying, so, like, yeah, once you get the target onto Scarlet, the Crimson Mare, that's what it's called. Okay, cool. I'll have to remember. So, like, if you can get like the reticle onto Scarlet, I would probably put the lock on. I would hit the lock on target because you can see as like my target reticle is just bouncing all over the place. And considering that I want to be able to hit Scarlet with throw, you know, and you can't just do that off the menu. Normally you could just like, normally you've seen me do like where I hit like the menu here so I can actually target specific things, you know, if I needed to. But like with throw, with like your triangle abilities, you're gonna have to actually, you know, aim at the target you want. So what I would do is like once you get the target on there might be another way where you can target Scarlet specifically. So if you know how to do that, then go for it, you know, and then make fun of me for not knowing, you know. Haha, how did you not know that? So I took care of the turrets at the very beginning on the bottom floor. They took like one shot. You could throw your shuriken at them, and basically that would do the damage. That would ruin them. And then like just a little bit. Once you've done enough damage in the fight, missiles will get summoned. I go after those as well. You don't really want outside things trying to target you, especially when you're trying to take Scarlet out, which Scarlet gets knocked out. We didn't get to fully stagger her because we moved her into the second phase, which is now when she changes her weapons. So that's kind of going to be her thing now, is she's going to change her weapons. If you destroy them, she'll go and change her weapons. I think after you do a certain amount of damage, she'll go and change her weapons. Maybe even after a certain amount of time, she'll go and change her weapons. So she's going to go through, I think, 2 different weapons. I think 2. So this is one of them where she becomes a ranged attacker, starts shooting cannons, and she's probably going to target Yuffie a lot more. That's what she did with me. I noticed that a lot. She didn't really go after Sonnen all that often. And if you need a breather, you can always use Insight. Insight on Sonnen, which is basically just a taunt ability, where you can have her target him instead, and then you can use it to heal up. It's kind of nice, so that way that you're not being pressured while you're trying to heal. Especially if you played Monster Hunter, you know exactly what it feels like when that happens, when the monster comes after you when you're trying to heal. But yeah, then another point, the other weapon that she uses is the Sword and Shield, which I think is not as dangerous as the cannons. I think the cannons are the most dangerous bit, especially for how I'm playing this. I almost died there. Thanks to Reprieve. I actually would have died there had I not had Reprieve on my weapon. So the Boomerang's also nice for that because it has Reprieve on its weapon as well. So you get a freebie there. But then Sonnen would have sacrificed himself, which would have been bad because then I would have lost Sonnen for the rest of the fight since I do not have Revive on. I figured that would be my challenge, you know, if Sonnen goes out or if I go out, you know, the fight's over basically, you know. So this is where switching its weapon to the Sword and Shield. And it can be dangerous, but I think for me it was the least dangerous bit, to be honest. Because yeah, the cannons definitely were my kryptonite. Especially when she does like that laser attack. It was like I couldn't get the timing down to dodge it, because I think it's like, it's one of those you really got to be like adjust frame or something like that, like a 1 frame dodge or something. It's got to be like a perfect dodge or something. I don't know, at least that's what it felt like for me. Some attacks are kind of like, well, that's annoying. Like, I just want to be able to dodge it, not take a ton of damage for no freaking, like, you know, for no freaking reason when I can actually avoid it. I lost track of it there. Yeah, I definitely did a lot of, like, let's just stand in there and take a bunch of hits. Just trying to face roll this apparently. Like, I'm definitely not playing this very, you know, I'm not getting my dodges in there. It's like what happens when I play ranged characters. For some reason, I just forget all about, like, the basic principles that you still need to be able to dodge. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna switch back into the cannons here. But like, you can go after the weapons and knock them out. Although I would say that that's kind of like a waste of time in my opinion. I would probably just focus on trying to do like damage to the main boss. Like, knock Scarlet out and then just attack the Crimson Mare. You know, just the main body. Don't worry about weapons and stuff. Like, yeah, if you happen to do enough damage to them where it's like low, go ahead. Yeah, knock one of them out, you know, you might make it. That was silly of me. How was I thinking? I've almost got a stagger too as well. So like, if I do enough damage here, I can knock it into stagger. So also, the Crimson Mare's body is weak to electric, to lightning, whereas Scarlet's weak to fire. So you want to make sure you like you want to make sure that like when you get to like the stagger mode, switch back to a lightning on your ability, so that way you can do much more damage to the Crimson Mare as well. It's just all that I do here. I would also use your synergy attack here as well. Don't wait like I did to like the very end of the damage phase before you actually use it, because you can probably do a lot more damage with the synergy. I probably would have been able to get the kill there maybe. Especially if both you and Sonin have ATB gauge, you can use like a synchronized Art of War or a synchronized Windstorm attack, which does like quite a bit of damage. And then even at some point, if you both had limit break, you can use like a synchronized limit break attack where you both do your limit breaks, and I think it does like much more damage. At least I noticed that when I used it, because I used it at some point. So yeah, and I noticed it did like a ton of damage. It was kind of insane.
My. How the tables have turned.
But yeah, overall, you kind of just want to focus on Scarlet and the main body, and then there you go, problem solved.
Proud of yourself, little savage.
I think. And just be careful of those cannons as well. Like, keep your health up. Alright. I'll let all you Scarlet fans enjoy the enjoy the rest of this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching all my Final Fantasy VII videos. Hopefully you guys stick around and watch my Rebirth ones, because I'm really excited to do that. Cannot wait. So yeah. Oh look, we're introducing 2 of the Deep Ground members. Oh no, a lot of people would have been like, but they actually did a really good job with them, to be honest. So yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
All set.
Transporting.
When will Shinra learn? There is no replicating you. They ought to know better.
Looking forward to this.
I am. It has been too long since my last hunt.
What'd you do? Tell us!
Is this how it's done in Wutai? You just howl until you get what you want?
That's enough, Sonon. I got this. All right, lady, out with it. Tell us where you're hiding the new materia. Don't play dumb now. We know you've been cooking up something super powerful.
Well, well. Wutai must have some highly skilled intelligence operatives. That, or we have a mole in our midst.
What was...
I'll check on it.
All right, but make it quick.
You are correct that we're in the process of creating an exquisite new materia. However, it is far from complete.
Yeah, right. You must think I'm stupid.
Would I lie to you? Regrettable though it is, other plans have been deemed a higher priority.
What other plans?
Well, just between you and me, my colleagues and I are going to drop plate number 7 on the slums. And then we're going to blame it on Avalanche and Wutai.
I don't get it. You're gonna drop a plate? And?
Oh dear! I think your friend might have run into trouble. Aren't you going to save him? Quickly now!